Check this lunch out today. Tuna creations in hot sauce. Look, it comes with rice and beans already in the bag. And look at this. Wait a minute, wait for it. Oh, and there's a spoon in the bag. Does life get any better than this?
Welcome back to Ray's A-Frame Adventure.
Episode 35.
Wait, there's more. Look at the spoon. The spoon, right? It was this way, and then you actually folds out and makes a whole kind of sport deal and locks together. That's awesome, baby!
Okay,
In
then.
the back light in the back of the house here, and pretty similar to the front one here. Probably didn't need to tape the ground there, but I taped my other connections here, which they recommended. Just don't come apart and don't arc in the box, whatever. Moisture, who knows. Anyway, I got my ground wire here. Everything worked out okay, except this nipple was too long again, this type of thing. It's a little bit better design than the other one, but I had to hacksaw that off there so that this will fit up there and go back in tighter like it should. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I also put a silicone in here where the wires come out, which is now behind this, just because I didn't want any bugs or anything ever trying to get in through that opening there where the wires go through. So I had to put a lot of silicone in there. I did that in the front too as well. Hey, are you wearing cutoff jeans? Yeah, I am. As you can see here now, I'm laying a bead of silicone in the gap here. Whoops, get the cardboard out of the way. Yeah, I'm laying a bead of silicone in the gap here. And then what I did is I took this piece of scrap cardboard that came from the box and then just smoothed it out. And just went along there and just smoothed it out and made it nice and neat. And that fills up the gap quite nicely. One indispensable item that you must have when siliconing around things that have silicone is to have a pair of 70s cut-off jeans.
Woohoo!
That's right. That way when you get stuff on your hands, you can just kind of wipe it. Like right there. Remember when we used to cut off pants like that?
Retro,
You
baby.
grew out of your pants, or they'd get holes in the knees or something, then we just cut them and make them shorts.
What's next? Corduroys?
I loved
Here's
corduroys.
the screen door for the back sliding glass door, and I never put it in because I was trying to protect it from getting damaged going in and out, all the dust and debris and everything. So I want to install it, but in my effort to keep it undamaged, the screen pulled out along the edge here somehow, just in moving it around. So I've got to reinstall the screen. The material still looks good. I don't think anything's ripped. But what it is basically you just stretch this screening material back over. Now, it may be a little short. Maybe that's why it came out of the slot in the first place. I don't know. But I've got this little tool here, and one side's got the thin wheel on it. That'd be this side here. And that's for just putting the screen in, okay? You actually pull the screen back over it. You roll that into the groove there. You're supposed to cut it afterward, but this was already pre-cut. Let me get out of the sun
Me
now.
and my shadow.
And then the other side actually has a little groove in it, and that groove is for taking and rolling the rubber in as you go along here. Again, I'm kind of backwards now, but yeah, that's a scrap piece there. I can't see what I'm doing. The sun's out. I can't even see what my phone is doing here. So anyway, you'll just use that and you'll roll that little rubber strip in there as you go along. Okay, this is a useless video because I can't see a thing.
I thought it was just me.
Well, after, I don't know, 2 years, however long I've been working on this thing.
Maybe
I
forever.
finally installed my screen door here in the back.
Seems like it.
And really it was just a matter of sliding it in the track and putting in 2 screws that screw up into there.
Which adjusts the height of the glides.
Door, I'm not crazy about it because the screen is actually on the inside of the window, which I'm not used to. I'm used to the screen being on the outside of the window. But we'll see how it works. It seems to slide okay. It seems to lock all right. So anyway, that'll let some air in this lower room here when I have the window open. Get some air movement, so that'll be good. Get out of the cabin here, took a little break, and I was going to walk down the driveway here to a spot down around the corner there where some blackberries, I saw blackberries growing, see if all this rain has made them ripe, and happened to come along an area here and see what we got growing here. Some type of wild blueberry here
Are you sure that's blueberry?
that are growing.
Are you sure this is safe?
It's fine.
Bear with me for a minute.
Oh boy.
Actually, that's really good.
What's the number to poison control?
So yeah, so I got these. I'm choking on something.
Uh-huh.
No, they're fine, really. I'm okay.
Okay, moving on. Here's some blackberries. They're not quite ripe there, as you can see. And here's some ripe ones over here, though.
Here we go again.
Okay, my brother told me to get the 4-inch trim kit for this spot here, right? And so this kit comes with an LED bulb. It's all attached and everything. What you do is just screw this up into the existing socket up there, and then it just clips up in there, and it's got light and everything already set up to go. Sweet. So I'm getting a little hungry. I decided to go out and do some moonlight berry picking. Yeah, it's dark.
Hello, it's nighttime.
But, actually, the moon is out. It's almost a full moon.
Oh!
It's a lot brighter than what it looks like on the video here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can turn on my headlamp
Good
as
idea.
I try to walk down the mountain.
Oh!
It's not really going to do much as far as on the video here.
No kid.
But anyway, I'm going to go back to that spot where I saw those blueberries.
Oh!
Give me some blueberry snack. Yeah, I saw these here earlier today. I didn't get a chance to... I mean, I picked some while I was here.
Oh!
Stop that.
I'll pick a few more tonight.
Hey, there's wild animals out
And
here.
come back tomorrow,
If you're still alive.
and I'll get a bunch of them. And I'm going to get me some whipped cream.
Whipped cream sounds
That's
good.
gonna be good.
Better than being out here with the
All right,
snakes.
good night.
Snakes are all asleep.
Look at how beautiful these wildflowers are. Beautiful day out. Stormy morning out, and guess where we're back at? We're back at working on the steps again.
No surprise.
Yes, that's right. We're not quite done. No, we were done, but I just didn't like how the steps worked out from here to here. It was a little narrow coming down to have enough foot space to hit on. So I went back to the Jeffersonian idea of the steps, or I should say I'm going back to that, which I'm see if I can get around here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So what that is, again, was every other step is out a little farther. So that way it gives enough room for your foot to swing up and get to the next step. So what I'm going to do is make little jut outs here. That's hard to explain. Really is hard to explain. I think I'll just have to wait till I get it
Okay.
done. But anyway, I'm going to make some blocks and add those onto the steps. So you'll have more of a foot space at each level when you come down, and your steps will just alternate as they come down to the landing. And then on the curved area, it's fine. The steps are wide enough on the circular part here. It's not a problem. So I had some scrap cedar, red cedar left over from when I made the steps before, and I kept that scrap thinking I might have to come back and do something like this, which I did. Okay, since it's raining outside and I can't work on my steps at the moment to do the sanding, I'm going to install this track lighting here in the kitchen, and it's going up here on this log beam. And so basically it's similar to the other mounting systems. You got a mounting plate here, and then your 3 wires here that just get connected into this thingamabobby, and this thingamabobby goes up in the tracker thingy and then just clips in there.
Okay.
So we'll have a long horizontal track along here, and then the lights will just clip into that.
Sure.
I'll show you in a minute.
Got it.
All right, I have all my connections made on the track inside this box. Since I didn't have an electrical box here on the thing, I had to make all the connections and put them inside there. So it's a tight fit, but everything worked out. And then I've got the individual light units, and let me see if I can do this one-handed here while watching. So basically just inserting that groove up there and twisting it. Hang on here, I want to do it slowly. Okay, so that's snapped in there. To release it, you have to pull this tab down, and then to twist it to get it off for some reason. All right, there's the lights installed. They look good. So I have my sander working again here, and I've got my jig set up here. Now I've got to make sure that these are perfectly flat, these steps, because they're going to glue into the other step. So I've got to have that as a 90-degree angle in each of these. The only way to really do that without a planer or a joiner, which I don't have on hand, I'm using my belt sander, but by clamping these together, and I made a jig here to hold them in pretty good, that way I can keep the sander level when I go across. Because if I try to sand just one individually, it wants to rock, and there's no way to keep a flat edge on that, 90 degrees to this edge here coming across. But if I put them all together and sand them as one, it comes out pretty good. And it should be square enough and flat enough for each step as it gets glued into the other step there on the side. So I think that's going to work. Here I have some brackets for the new steps, the attachment of the steps here that they're silver, and everything else in there is the black iron pipe. So I've got some paint here, which is not quite black. It's like the bronze paint, but it'll be close enough. Let's see if I can. So what I'm going to do is just kind of paint these and give them a little bit of color here, and then the screws as well. So we'll do those too, so it'll all match. And I'll show you in a minute how that goes up there. Back on the treads for the steps here. And again, I'm extending out the treads half and half. So the next step will extend out on this one here. This extends out here. And this one, because of the corner here, just extend it out a partial way. But the idea is you'll step here and then you'll step here and you'll alternate. So anyway, what I did is I was gonna just, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was going to take some epoxy resin, yes. Epoxy resin and kind of put these together and maybe put a few screws in, but I decided to really go with more of a mechanical throughout, mechanical fastening. So I've got these log screws, which are structural, and I went ahead and drilled holes in the back. Now, these actually weren't long enough to go all the way through, so I had to recess them in to go there. And so I drilled a hole that was big enough to allow my socket and driver to drive inside the hole here to push them in deeper. So I've got this top part attached with 2 of them here. And then here, I actually went ahead and I used my angle brackets that I painted yesterday, and they get screwed up under here. And there's 2 of them holding this plate together here at the top. And by the way, this actually comes across and goes into this as well. So these 2 bolts back here really, or lags I should say, those giant screws, they're kind of a double duty here. So in addition to that, now it comes down to the bottom, and I went ahead and I put 2 screws long, number 9 by 4 inches screws, structural screw here, like an exterior wood screw actually, it's a structural screw. Anyway, I put 2 of those up for the bottom. So this thing is, I mean, it's solid and it's not going anywhere. All right, here's the new steps. As you can see, it sticks out now on each alternating step as you go down. So when you go down, you know, you just gotta make sure your feet are in the right order here. See, I've got the wrong order here, and that's what it was before, where it would fall off the edge more. See, I just couldn't get my foot on there really secure. So now if I start down with this one, then I've got here, I've got a full foot rest, full foot rest, etc., 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 all the way down. And of course it shifts up a little bit when you get to the circular part. All right, July 3rd, real quick walk through here before I head back to Florida. Just wanted to show you my new floor here. So I've got it into the main area. And then I have my, if I can back up here, and my staircase there, all done finally. I'm calling it done.
Are you sure?
It's done.
Pretty sure. Okay, maybe not. Stay tuned.
You should be up here today. It's beautiful out, warm, and that's right, berries are in season on the property here. Actually, right down around the driveway here, there's just a ton of them. So, gonna enjoy that tonight with some whipped cream.
Woohoo, whipped cream.
See you guys. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, maybe some yogurt.
Hey, you're gonna share that, right?
Of course.
Uh-huh, I thought so.
I was gonna.
Say goodnight.
Good night.
Probably can't see that, but that's why it's gotta be careful walking around here at night here. Snake there on the rock.
There's a surprise.
Not sure what he is.
It's a big snake is what it is.
Hey, let's ask our viewers to let us know what they think it is in the comments section.
Okay, meanwhile, I'm going back to my blueberries and whipped cream.
I thought it was yogurt.
Whatever.
Well, we'll keep our distance just in case. Okay. Night, everybody.